I think you're gonna have to move, Odie.
Oh wait, that must be
Good morning. It is Saturday, September 9th. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to get anything done on the building project. We've had a couple of busy weekends. We got AJ moved over to Bremerton. We took the Grandpa's little speedster on a speedster run, which you'll see you've probably already seen the footage of both of those at this point if you've been following along with us. But today, we are focusing on trying to get our backfill done. Unfortunately, because of our children having lives, yay, they're successful, they're happy. We have lost a good deal of our help. So Dylan is going to be able to come help us a little bit tomorrow. He had a work engagement today. Randy has been coming down every weekend for probably the last, 2-3 months, not only to work on his van but to help us. So since Charlie's got another prior engagement tomorrow, today is really the only work day of the weekend. So we told him he could have the weekend off and not have to make the 2-hour trip down here. But we're going to try to get our backfill, as much of it done as we can. We re-rented a mini compactor, one of those jumping jack style ones. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too much for me to handle, so I'm not sure how much help I'm going to be. So Charlie is kind of the one-man show today. We do have some people coming to give us some quotes in the next couple of days on doing the concrete floor, so that will be the next step, getting the plumbing in the floor, getting the concrete pad ready. We have trusses coming in middle to late October, so a little bit over a month away. We have reached out to some of Charlie's building friends to see if we could put them on payroll for a couple of days once the trusses are here, to at least do our framing. So that's where things stand. It's kind of crunch. It is September. Traditionally, we get our first snows in October. So hopefully an Indian summer will hang out and we'll have some really good weather. Traditionally, it's been really nice up until the 1st of October, second week of October. So cross our fingers we can get a roof on this before the snow flies, or at least too much snow flies. All right, how are we going to do this?
well, I'm going to take the rock out of there first.
What rock?
Do you see a rock?
Oh. Rock out the pipe?
Rocks for them pipes them come.
Rock out of the pipe? That sounds like a...
Okay.
Okay.
Now what are we going to do? Okay, you want me to try to hold it?
If it'll just stay right
Maybe
there.
it'll just stay right there.
It'll stay right there.
So we've worked up to where the water line comes up into the house, and so I'll show you here. So here we've got everything buried. This is where the water line needs to come up into the mechanical room. So we haven't compacted this side. This side hasn't been compacted yet. This is just the first layer of dirt. The concrete guy stopped by, and so Charlie visited with him probably for half an hour or so. One of the concrete guys that's given us a quote. So we haven't gotten this side compact. We just have the first layer of dirt in our grade. Our line for grade is actually, Odie's trying to help me, is actually about to this line going around the wall. So we're going to have, our dirt is going to have to go up to that second line along there. And then we'll have our gravel foam, and 6 inches of concrete. So the dirt actually has to come up quite a ways before we're done with our backfilling. But we've got the first layer in, 3/4, almost completely done. Are you in the way, Odie? Are you in the way? We're kind of in the way. So it's Sunday afternoon. To get out of the sun here, kind of, sorta. So I do a lot of the intros up on the porch because it gets me out of the sun. So it's Sunday afternoon. We got quite a bit done yesterday. We got the whole interior of the house backfilled as much as he wants to do with dirt. We'll go through and do the rest of the backfill with gravel. And then we were starting to do, we got all of the east wall backfilled, the exterior of the wall backfilled. And we started to backfill the north wall. Dylan came up to help us, and there goes the backhoe. The backhoe broke again. So before we left on vacation, it had died, and so now it's part will be here Wednesday, but it seems like we're kind of constantly with this. We're just crossing our fingers that this backhoe holds up until we're done with all this heavy dirt work. So instead of getting the backfill finished, we are going to work on putting the water spigot on the southeast corner up here by where the first bay door is in the garage. Charlie wanted to have a spigot there for washing cars and whatnot, so he's got the plumbing and for that, so we're going to get that started. He thinks that the backhoe will run enough to get it backfilled with gravel just right here in this corner. So if you remember from a previous video, if you've been following along, we have a water line running. It runs underneath the backfill here to the southeast corner, and this is where he wants to put the water spigot.
Hi ho.
Do you remember to shut off the water?
Well,
I guess if you had it, we would have a flood.
well,
We
it's
would be,
pointing right at you.
you would be
honey,
good.
so
Yes,
you'd
I would be soaked. I would be soaked, bees.
Yeah.
I would be soaked. I get it.
Yeah, you'd be the one getting a bath.
The bees are so bad. I don't know. You know, there's all kinds of old wives' tales about when the bees are really bad, but you can't come out here without just, until the sun goes down, without just being bombarded by the bees. And like our pickup and stuff, when we pull in from going to town, they swarm it. They're really becoming a nuisance.
So by warming up the plastic pipe, it helps grip onto the little serrades on the deal and seals the pipe a little better.
Yeah, will it warm up with that water in there?
Yeah.
So he forgot to put that on, that we can unscrew it from down there.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Do you have your timer going?
No, I don't have my timer going.
Why not? You should be, because you said we'd be here for all day.
We will be here all day.
No, you won't.
Because you stand in front of a fitting shelf and just kind of go into a daze.
What? Well, if you wouldn't just stand there like a bump on a log and help me.
I don't know what I'm looking for. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next week.